Hello, automation and power platform enthusiasts. This is John Strauman, the Chief Automation Officer for Microsoft's Mighty South region. And that's my buddy Zach. He hangs out with me in my office all day, even though he failed a bit on the selfie, refused to look at the camera. So today we've got an interesting use case to present for you. It's a use case of negotiating a car purchase. Anyone who's been through this process at a dealership probably hates it. So what I've designed for you today is a multi-part solution. And anyone who's been on any of my conference calls knows that the reason that I think the Microsoft Power Platform is the best automation solution out there is because it is truly a platform. So it's not just an automation engine, it's Power Virtual Agents, it's Dynamics 365, it's Power BI. Microsoft is truly the only company that can help our customers with a full end-to-end strategic digital transformation, all from one vendor. So what we're going to see today is a multi-part solution with information stored in Dynamics 365, a customer interacting with our solution via Microsoft Power Virtual Agents, which is essentially chatbots, and then the Power Virtual Agent using Power Automate to get information from Microsoft Dynamics 365 and present it back to the customer. And finally, the Power Virtual Agent will actually negotiate with the customer to come to a purchase agreement. So let's take a look at the solution. Let's start in Dynamics 365. So as most people probably know, Dynamics 365 is easily extendable. You can create your own entities, store your own data, whatever you need to do. It's all through a drag and drop configuration. So what I did is I created a new entity called a car. Now let's take a look at a car record. So of course we need essential information like the name, the VIN, the type, the mileage, the price. I also added a few things here that are going to help us perform an automated negotiation. I put in a reduction offer percentage. So what this could be is where a sales manager at the car dealership says, we are willing to reduce our price by 1.5% with each go round of the negotiation, or whatever figure they want to set that to. And the bottom line price, for this example, I set to $48,000. That'll be the price that the dealership simply won't go below. And then, of course, I stored other information like the mileage, the engine, a picture, exterior, interior colors, that kind of thing. And I also created records called customer offers and counter offers. And what that means is that when a customer makes an offer, a customer offer will be created. And then when the Power Virtual Agent counter offers, the counter offer will be created. When a purchase is arrived at, the Power Virtual Agent and Power Automate can create the deal sheet. So let's take a look next at some of the flows involved. So our first flow is a Power Automate flow, and it says retrieve cars. So what this will do is once the Power Virtual Agent gets to a certain point of collecting customer input, it'll use that input to then search Dynamics 365 and return the list of relevant cars for viewing by the end user. The next flow is get car details. So once the list of cars is presented to the user can select one of those cars and say, I'd like to see more information. And the Power Automate flow will return all of the information relevant to that particular car. And then the last flow is where we see the negotiation start. So we'll get the car record, we'll add an offer record to the car when the customer makes an offer, and then we'll have a condition where it says if the customer offer is greater than or equal to the bottom line price, accept the offer. If not, send a message with a counter offer, write a counter offer record to the car, and then return the information to the Power Virtual Agent. So here's our Power Virtual Agent created using the very powerful drag and drop interface. And you can see I've got a lot of selections here and a nice path that goes through asking all kinds of information. And now let's see this in action. So I type, I need a car. And we'll just watch the interaction with the Power Virtual Agent. So the agent says, okay, great, you need a car. What kind do you want, new or used? So I say used. Asks me what kind of make of car I'm looking for. Now, for purposes of the demo, I only did three. Of course, you could have any number here depending on the cars you have in stock, but I just did three for keep things simple for this demo, and I'm going to select Acura. says, excellent, what style car am I interested in? So you can see I did a bunch of selections here, SUV, sedan, hybrid, performance. I'm going to select SUV. Acura has two kinds of SUV, an MDX, which is a 7-seater, and an RDX, which is a 5-seater. I'm going to say I'm interested in the MDX. And now the Power Virtual Agent is going to call the Power Automate flow, and it's going to return all the Acura MDXs that are listed in Dynamics CRM. So we'll see that happen on the screen here. And there it is. So this is presented as an adaptive card, and it lets me select a car I'm interested in if I am. If not, I can just close out and exit the bot. But I will say, okay, let's say I'm interested in this one, a 2022 MDX for $53,000. I click there. The information is transmitted to Power Automate once again, and all of the summary information for that car will be returned. Okay, so there's the VIN, the stock number. It gives me the mileage, the engine, the interior color, the exterior color, and the MSRP of $53,348. Now, here's where we get into the negotiation. It says, if you'd like to make an offer, please enter it now. So let's say at $53,348, I think $49,000 is a reasonable offer. I type 49,000 and click go. And now Power Automate will retrieve the car offer, check the MSRP, check the reduction offer percentage, and come back and says, sorry, that offer is too low. We can offer you the price of $52,547. So what the actual Power Automate flow did is takes the MSRP times the reduction offer percentage and returns a new negotiated price back to the customer of $52,547. At this point, the Power Virtual Agent can continue in a loop until a deal is reached. So now let's take a look at the records that we created in Dynamics 365. So if I go to this car record, that's the Acura MDX that the customer is interested in and negotiated with the Power Virtual Agent about. And so what we see is that a customer offer record was created. Let's open this up. And you see it's a customer offer for the 2022 Acura MDX, and the amount offered was $49,000. So that tracks the entire interaction between the customer and the Power Virtual Agent. And if I go back to the car record, we see we also got a counter offer. And the counter offer records the MSRP, which is the original price of the car, the quoted price, and in this case, the quoted price is the same as the MSRP because it was the first negotiation price, and the customer offer, and then the offer price that was sent back to the customer. So the Power Virtual Agent and Power Automate takes the quoted price times the reduction percentage and sends that offer back to the customer. So this process could continue until a deal is reached. And the key benefit to our customers and customers of the dealership is that the entire negotiation process is handled via the automation and Power Virtual Agents. So there's no sitting in the dealership for hours while the salesperson runs back and forth between the sales managers with offers and counter offers. What can happen is that once the deal is negotiated, then a customer service rep or a customer sales agent can get involved and deal directly with the customer and add that personal touch and do the things that only humans can do in bringing creativity and subjectivity to the deal and building that relationship with the customer and making sure that the customer is happy in every way. And a natural follow-on to this would be, well, the sales agent could say, hey, since we've already negotiated the price, I'll send you the information for the deal. And of course, Power Virtual Agents and Power Automate could take care of all that. And once the customer signs, you could actually do all the paperwork online and the sales agent could deliver the car to the customer. If you contrast that with the current experience of going and sitting in the dealership for hours, I think anyone would agree that negotiating from your desk and with a Power Virtual Agent and coming to a deal and then having a car delivered to you is a much better way to do this. So we saw the benefit of the Power Platform using Power Virtual Agents, Power Automate, and Dynamics 365 coming together in a strategic solution to make a sales process much easier. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be publishing more videos soon.